Yeah, so hi everybody. We're going to cover frequency distributions in this session. So, as we all know, there are either closed ended or open ended intervals, right? So, closed ended would be something like 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, right? Whereas your open ended would be something like below 10, right? Then 10 to 20 and 20 and above. So, that is your open ended. Coming to your exclusive and inclusive. So exclusive would be 0 to 50, right? Then 50 to 100, 100 to 150. Whereas your inclusive would be 0 to 50, 51 to let's say 100, then 101 to 150. So based on the combination of these four subclasses, we can have four types of intervals, right? So inclusive closed ended, inclusive open ended. Similarly, exclusive closed ended and exclusive open ended. So one by one, we are going to do a question on each class, right? So the first one is inclusive closed ended class intervals. So the question says that prepare a spreadsheet to classify the earned leave data of 100 employees of a government department at retirement. Classify according to the following intervals. So you have already been given intervals. So you have to calculate the frequency. Further, they say you are required to generate the number of earned leaves accumulated by 100 employees. The leaves vary between 1 and 300. Then fix the values, right? Then compute statistical parameters, mean, standard deviation, mode, skewness, etc. for ungrouped data, right? Then after we have grouped the data, we are, in the fourth they say the classify the data on the basis of above class intervals to create a frequency distribution. That means now we have grouped the data. After that, we will have to calculate mean and standard deviation, and after that, we have to prepare a histogram. So let's move to our Excel sheet. Yeah, so because we are not given the data, right? So we will generate random data. For that, we have the formula of rand between. So we need leaves from 1 to 300, right? So I'll just press enter. So I have generated one random number. Now I need data for 100 employees, right? So how many leaves they have taken. So I'll just extend it to a 10 by 10 square. Then I'll pull it down to 10 rows so that I have 100 figures with me, right? So, but the problem is if we click anywhere, right? Let's say I write something here. So, see, these figures will keep changing. That means we need to fix this data, which brings us to our second part, which said fix the values. So, I'll just select all these values, right? Press Ctrl plus C, then press anywhere here, right? Go to my paste, then paste values, right? So you see now we have fixed the values. These values are not going to change and we are going to use these values for our analysis, right? Now the third part said that we have to calculate all those measures, right? So those are very easy. I'll just write it down here and then start calculating. ठीक है? और इसके अलावा we had median, mode, skewness, kurtosis, right? What else? Maximum, minimum. Let me see if something is left here. So mean, standard deviation, mode. Yeah, so that's it, right? So let's start typing our formulas. So first we have average. I'll just give this range here. Right. So in the next one, I have to calculate standard deviation. You don't need to, use the one for population. You can use simple one also. But here we are assuming that this is the total population. Sorry, I'll just reselect. So from A13 to J22. Yeah, right. Similarly, median mode, then skewness. For this, we have the formula of skew. It's okay if you don't remember the formulas. Excel will do it for you. You just need to type in the keywords. So you see, this is negatively skewed, right? So more people are on the right side, right? So there are more number of people which are beyond the median. Kurtosis, then you will take your max, then minimum value. Yeah. So we are done with our ungrouped data. Now come to the fourth part where they say classify the data on the basis of above class intervals to create a frequency distribution. So that means we will have to write down our lower and upper limits, right? So here we had 1 to 60, 61. So like this, right? So I'll just write down, no, this one was 60. Accordingly, I'll write my lower limits and 241 to 300, right? So in the next column, we have to write down the frequency, right? So there are two ways of doing this. One which we follow practically, and the one which is in your syllabus. So I'll tell you both. First, let's do the one which is in your syllabus. Okay. So for that, you will select all this, right? Then go to the formula bar. Start typing here frequency. This is the formula that we are going to use. So if you see now, they are asking you first for data array, then for bins array, right? Now what are bins? Bins will be same as upper limit here, right? Because we have inclusive data. For exclusive data, it will differ. That we will see in the forthcoming questions when we deal with exclusive data, right? So my data array is here, right? Comma. Now I have to select bins. So my bins are same as upper limit, so I'm not creating a new column. I'll close the bracket. Now please remember, you have to press Control Shift and Enter, right? If you press only Enter, then you will not get the result. So please remember this step, Control Shift and Enter, right? So this is how you get your frequency, right? And after this, we can calculate a mean and standard deviation. But first, I'll tell you another way of calculating the frequency. So for that, you go to data, right? Here. See, you will have to see here for analysis, you will have to add in the data analysis tool. So I already use it. That is why I have here. If you don't see anything like this on your laptop, go to files, go to more and then options. Click on add-ins here. So go to the bottom of it. You will see manage. You have different kind of options here, com, add-ins, and you have to click on Excel add-ins, then click on go, right? So I've already ticked there. You will tick the first one. You can tick on the second one also, but I think first one will do for you. Then click on OK, right? So I already have it, so I don't need it, right? Once you have this data analysis here, you will click on this, right? So you have ANOVA, covariance, F testing, many kind of options here, right? You will click on histogram because we need histogram also here, right? Now I'll select the input range. So from here to here, right? Then I'll select my bins range. So bins range you can create separately also, but here my bins are same as upper limits. So I'll just select this, and my data doesn't have labels. If you have included labels, please click on this. Okay. So output, let's say I want it here. Okay, I'll just select it and sorry I changed the ये bins range पे वापस यही select कर दो. Then click here, right? Where do you want your output? You can select new worksheet also. So a new worksheet will open. Otherwise, we will select an output range. So I'll just click here and my data will come here, right? And we want a chart output. So we will click here also. Then press OK. See. So that is another way how you calculate your bin and frequency. Okay. So our histogram is also here. If you see, I'll just drag it here. So you've got histogram also, right? But technically histograms don't have these spaces in between. So that means we need to edit it, right? So if you go to your design tab, go to quick layout and we can select this one, right? Then you can, edit the labels. You can change histogram as number of earned leaves and frequency and bin. All this you can do, right? You have different formatting options here. So that I leave to you to experiment, right? So this is one way. So from here I can copy this frequency, control C, and paste it here. See, this is the same one as we calculated before, right? So because we have already calculated it, we don't need it again, so I'll just delete it, right? This is just for information, which is another way to calculate it, right? Now let's go to the next part of our question. So we have created a frequency distribution. Now come to the fifth part. Calculate the mean and standard deviation of the grouped data. So for standard deviation, if you recall, the formula is, I'll just write it down for you. See, the formula is sigma fx square by sigma f minus sigma fx upon sigma f whole square under root, right? So under root in case of standard deviation. So whenever you have to calculate things, first always write down the formula so that you know what all you have to calculate, right? So I need sigma f here, sigma fx square and sigma fx, right? So let's go back to our Excel sheet. So I'll start calculating. I already have frequency. I need x, right? Now what is x here? It is nothing but midpoint, right? So for midpoint, I'll add up the lower and upper limit and divide it by 2. So this, sorry, I'll just put a bracket before. So this plus this bracket closed divided by 2. So I have the midpoint here, right? I'll just drag it down. I'll wait for this cursor to appear and then I'll just drag it down so that I have midpoints for all the classes, right? So next I need to calculate x square, right? You can directly calculate fx square also, but since I'm explaining, I'll do it this way, right? So you need a superscript here, right? So you select this two, press Control 1, then superscript, okay, right? So x square will be this multiplied by again this, right? Press enter. So you have x square, then I'll again drag it. Now I'll calculate fx square. Okay. So for 2 again select control 1. I want it as a superscript. Press OK. Right. So for this, I'll multiply this with x square. This is what I get. Dragging it again, we have fx square. Right. So now I can calculate my mean and standard deviation. First, I'll calculate variance and then we can take a simple square root of it. Otherwise, you can, use a square root in the same formula also. You will get the standard deviation, right? So let's start with the mean, right? So the formula of mean is sigma fx by sigma f, right? So that means I need to just escape out of this formula, press escape, and first we'll calculate the total values, right? So I need sigma f. So sum of bracket start all these frequencies. So 100. That verifies that our frequency is correct, right? Now I'll need the sum of this also, right? And that reminds me, we have to calculate fx also because we will need it for our formula in mean, right? So this again, your f into x, right? So we simply drag it. Yeah. So now let's come to our mean calculation. So for this, I'll take a sum of this, pressing escape again, is equals to sum of all these values. Yeah, so we are done here now. Finally, we can calculate the mean. So this divided by frequency here. So this is our mean. Now let's move to variance. Using the same formula, sigma fx square divided by sigma f, right? Let's close it in brackets because we will be using, sorry. Yeah, so I'll just use my cursor and put a bracket here. Yeah, minus, we have to take a whole square now, right? So I'll start a bracket, then again put a bracket in between. So sigma fx divided by sigma of f. Now we have to take a whole square of this. So I'll just put an exponential value here, right? This is on your keyboard. You will see it on 6, right? Then we want a square, so I'll put a 2. In case you wanted a square root, you would have used 0.5 here, right? So I'll close the bracket, right? My last bracket is closed now. Then press enter. So this is my variance, right? Now I'll take a square root of this cell, bracket closed. So this is my standard deviation, right? So now if you go above, you will see your mean here is 154 for ungrouped data and your mean here is 155. So they are almost close to each other. That means we are going on the right path, right? Now coming back to your question. So we almost done everything. Last was prepare a histogram for the above frequency distribution. So that also we have already done here, right? Otherwise, if you use the regular formula, the one which we used here with control shift enter, then you can always go to insert, right? You have recommended charts here. So you have, these bar charts and line graphs and pie charts and all these kind of things. So you can keep experimenting with them, right? So there are n number of options and you can edit them beautifully, right? So that was your first question. So I'll just move on to the next question. This one, inclusive, open-ended class intervals. Yeah. So we have a similar question here, but now if you see the class intervals are inclusive, right? So, sorry, it is open-ended, right? Inclusive तो पहले भी था and now but it is not closed-ended, it is open-ended, right? So, how to go about it? So we give a proxy for this. We assume that this is what how we are going to calculate. So let's go to Excel. I think I'll just end this recording here and send you, because the time span these days is of listening is shorter, so I'll just make short recordings